Extraterrestrial aliens in Delphi, Greece, the Delphi Oracle location, a strange documentary. What does a famous sci-fi movie starring Sigourney Weaver, which includes the most famous male birth scene in the history of cinema, have to do with ancient Greece? Alexander O. Phillips' extremely interesting and original recent 2019 documentary film essay, Memory, The Origins of Alien, addresses the philosophical ideas, unconscious fears, and artistic, mythological, and theological influences behind Ridley's legendary film, Ridley Scott's Alien of 1939. Memory deals simultaneously with the fateful meeting of creative geniuses such as H.R. Giger, Dan O'Bannon, and Scott himself, but also with the huge culture impact that the film had and has had ever since. But the Greek audience will find additional interest in the unexpected opening shots and the first scene, the meaning of which is explained during the documentary, as reported by a Greek newspaper. Memory's introduction comes from the distant May 25th, 1969, the year Alien exploded in cinemas. Footage, unspecified who took it, shows the famous ruins of the ancient temple of Apollo in Delphi. On the stones, with ancient Greek inscriptions, we see various insects walking in close-up, spider, beetles, etc. And immediately after there is a particularly terrifying scene with three old women in white tunics lying as if dead in the background that evokes the characteristic techno-organic designs for Scott's film, which in turn are dark, claustrophobic, labyrinthine, and liquid, refer to some kind of a matrix. The three women are reminiscent of the witches of Macbeth and have pointed teeth like the extraterrestrial mother queen of Alien. Also see Freudian term vagina dentata, Hellenistic vulva with teeth, while in their eyes are black as ash. The special Greek interest here consists of the fact that, as we are informed, it's about the Erinyes, terrifying deities of ancient Greek mythology. And as they slowly rise, viewers hear an eerie voice begin to speak in ancient Greek. The voice belongs to the ghost of Clytemnestra, who awakens the Erinyes to avenge the murder of her and her lover Aegisthus and by her son Orestes. As confirmed by the fandom site, the scene is taken from Aeschylus' ancient tragedy Evmenides. Specifically, one of the Erinyes utters the verse, "The stench of human blood smiles at me." That's my translation in English. And that this phrase had made a particular impression on the famous Anglo-writer-painter Francis Bacon, whose triptych, The Studies of Figures at the Base of the Crucifixion depicting the Erinyes form from Aeschylus' Orestia, was the main inspiration for the design of the phallic alien baby with teeth that adorns John Hurt's chest in Alien. It's just one of the reasons that justify all of these references to ancient Greek mythology, literature, drama, and in general to ancient Greek culture, and which are made in a documentary for a movie about an alien parasite. One of the interviewees in the documentary openly parallels the movie's monster with Erinya. Also, one of the persons who speak in the documentary, both regarding the Erinyes and the temple in Delphi. The connection is that Orestes, after the matricide, sought protection as a beggar in the temple of Apollo, is Denise Demetriou, PhD in classical studies and professor of ancient Greek history, specializing, and as I read in her academic profile, quote, in cross-cultural interactions between Greeks and non-Greeks, end quote. It's also no coincidence that one of the recent Alien prequels, again directed by Scott, is titled Prometheus. Memory hints or overtly states that ruins, such as those of the Temple of Apollo at Delphi, which reappear in similar scenes halfway through and at the end of Memory, and monuments of ancient civilizations such as the Egyptian, were clear inspirations for the film's creators. Alien from 1979, already long before its production. It's not so much the familiar Eric von Daniken-esque theories about extraterrestrial civilizations leaving behind remnants of some ancient technology on Earth, although Scott himself, particularly in the recent prequels, plays with these ideas. This particular documentary focuses, as stated earlier, on the creator's eclectic artistic, see Lovecraft, Roger Corman B-movies, theological, philosophical, scientific, mythological influences, as well as on the primal fears in our collective unconscious, which is, as memory claims, are responsible for the film's indelible mark on mass culture. All these disparate references, along with countless others, are refracted and kaleidoscopically confused in a supertext, a vertiginous mise en abîme, and an awe-inspiring palimpsest, and again, against which we see and interpret, consciously or unconsciously, Scott's film. And at the same time, and inevitably whoever sees memory will never see Delphi with the same eyes again. So I've translated for you from a Greek article. So you see they take a lot of ideas from Greek mythology to install, the element of fear in these sci-fi films. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.